Welcome to the Spirit Guide Daily. When we are in a collective, we all share energy. This is the Starman Tarot, bringing us three predictive cards. I have the Messenger's Oracle, and then I have the Endora Fortune cards as well. All right, let's get going here, guys. Hey, don't forget to look for my new podcast. It's Logical Magic, Examining Esoterica. We discuss how to heal from toxic and traumatic relationships, as well as magic, a couple of other things. And spiritual protection is one that I just put out an episode on. Let's get going here. 1 and 2 and 3. This is, I love the artwork on this deck, but it is a bear to shuffle. Honest to goodness, unless you're really comfortable shuffling, I wouldn't suggest getting it. 2 Swords in reverse, which is a card of clarity and being able to see clearly, having an open third eye, getting your intuition to function for you. 5 of Pentacles in the upright can be a card of deprivation, being left out in the cold, isolation. It can be a card of ill health. It's not a good card. Not all of them are, it brings with it an energy. When we get cards that are not great, it's forewarning us. It's not saying that nothing can ever turn out. It's just be aware. Be aware. There's some clarity on some. And then the 8 of Cups in the upright, which is going on a journey to find more. This is a card of emotional dissatisfaction, and this is a card of trying to seek out more in your life. More they're trying to make more opportunities available to you, but they really encounter this is on this one, a wolf is very, very prominently featured, and in the isolation energy, it really is that lone wolf energy that I sometimes get from the 7 of Swords. The 5 of Pentacles is honestly about not having enough, being conscious of lack. It can be a victim mentality card, by the way, which, by the way, is a normal stage of healing where, you kind of get overwhelmed by all the crap that happened to you if you've had a lot happen to you. You have to let it go. You have to let it go. Everybody has their own burdens. And that is not to be reductive or dismissive towards anybody's pain. It's just saying if you get caught in that energy, it's a loop. It never ends. Nothing ever gets better because you're too busy cataloging the bad things that have happened instead of saying, well, at least I learned from that and moving on. And we all have to make that choice. And it's, again, these are never insults when you're being reminded that it's make the effort. Start talking to yourself about how something is over versus how it defines everything. The Caduceus, you will receive news from afar. It's a card of messages as well. I like the 8 of Cups in this one because it's almost like a financial constraint around the possibilities of your future is being removed. And there's a piece of news that brings you that there's glad tidings about something. And I'm not going to get a bunch of hyper-specific information. I hardly ever do. Nourish the soul. And this one you were born to create. This one was flipped the entire time. If you're a natural manifester, this energy of making sure that you live in the correct mental energy is one of the most important things. Now, whenever I go into that, we actually really do need to not live in the energy of denial. I see so many people trying to force themselves into a positive mindset without having healed. Heal first. Your positive mindset will come more easily. If you're trying to, through efforts of denial, deal with something, the stuff's still going to be there. The energy's still with you. We have to unpack our stuff, examine it, and release it. We can't ignore it into oblivion. We will just be carrying the energy in an unacknowledged space. But I don't get that from here. The only thing that I've got here is that you need to be in a slightly more positive mindset sometimes. Because it kind of looks like this is one of those energies where I'm dealing with people who just had the crap kicked out of them. They were somebody's emotional piñata for a really long time or their favorite chew toy. And it has limited what you will allow into your life. And there is this change in your set of circumstances, but that, don't be surprised when you find out, oh, it wasn't actually money holding me back. I'm afraid. Because this is a card of fear and anxiety as well. It is all right if you're afraid. If something terrible happened to you in the past, it's understandable. But please, please, please consider allowing more into your life in whatever capacity, whether it's taking a class, whether it's joining a group, whether it's founding a group, whether it's taking, making sure that you're at parks where there's a time for you to watch people more. It's just, this particular draw is saying, please open your doors just a tiny little bit more. You have a manifesting energy, and if you're around more people, you will interact with joy, with happiness, with overhearing laughter, overhearing jokes. And please, if you're like, yeah, whenever I do that, I feel a little left out because I don't have any of that, just allow yourself to be the observer. There is worth in being the observer, to remind yourself that all of these things still exist in life. Even if you haven't experienced them recently, it doesn't mean they're gone. And that's that nourishing the soul energy. It's like whether it's you like take a walk around a mall to see people talking and having fun and having lunch, it's not that you're excluded so much, it's just that you seem to have fallen into an energy where you're the lone wolf. You prefer to watch from the outside, and that's fine. It's just try to remember to interact with more living energy to have a slightly more joyful experience. You are born to create, and then I'm not getting a bunch of hyper-specific information on these things, where like something is coming to you to open up your vistas once more so that you can seek out more. And at that time, just kind of don't be surprised if you find out it wasn't actually finances that was holding me back as much as it is. Because once you have the ability to do a great deal, it's kind of looks like you're going to run into the fact that it's been a choice the entire time. And to examine that choice, because the thing that will yield better results is allowing more into your life. And this has been a theme. There's always a theme with these batches. This is allow more into your life, please. Allow yourself to blossom and to grow more. And seek out being around human beings again, because sometimes you don't. Sometimes you go into lockdown when you're not actively pursuing basically work is what it looks like. But there is something coming. There's a nice surprise coming for you that will open up the vistas once again. And when it does, like I said, it kind of looks like you're going to run into, oh, this is also by choice. Because you think it's your like financial circumstances that are dictating something, and that is only partially true. It is only partially true. I think you've only recently been healed enough that like it's more and more has been possible. Don't be ruled by fear. Don't be ruled by fear. That's just been the theme of this particular batch. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Please don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you like the reading. Take care. Be well. More is coming. Examine your emotional choices.